Hey, what's up you guys? Thank you so much for tuning into another video, and as you can tell by the title, this one is about getting results in 24 hours or less. Now let's be clear, I'm not one of those people that's trying to sell you a dream, honey. Everything's not going to manifest within 24 hours because it all depends on your level of resistance and how much you assume it to be yours and how much you can kind of just like let it go and let, you know, the things materialize the way that they're supposed to. But if you can get into the habit of feeling it real and kind of just being in that moment of having it and feeling done with it, like it's already done, the shit will start to move within 24 hours. And if you're like me, you'll actually have your full manifestation within 24 hours. So stay tuned to hear my story and to get some tips on how you can manifest faster and get results within 24 hours. Okay guys, so this story actually started right here in my office area. I was sitting here like typing like just randomly thinking to myself, what are my favorite flowers? I remember seeing a bouquet of white peonies. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's how we gonna pronounce it today, girl. I was like, wow, I would love some pink peonies. Like I like the color pink. You see, a lot of my stuff is pink. Pink and green are my favorite colors. And I'm like, wow, I would love to receive some flowers. So while I'm sitting here, I actually just kind of just let my mind wander and had a visualization of me getting pink peonies. I was in my visualization, I was here, but like I wasn't here. I guess I felt like I had thrown myself like years into the future when I'm in like an actual like office space. And like I have like, you know, a receptionist outside, and she comes in and she's like, hey, you got a delivery? You got a delivery? And I'm like, delivery? I didn't order anything. Oh my god, I just realized that's exactly I just realized that's exactly what I said. Okay. No, forget that again. So yeah, I'm in my head and I'm like, my receptionist is like, you got a delivery? And I'm like, delivery? I didn't order anything. And then I go out and it's like my future boyfriend and some flowers, and it's pink peonies. So I kind of ran through several variations of that, not too long, like maybe like a minute or two, and I was just like, wow, that feels so nice. Like I was just like, so kind of like how I am right now, just like so giddy, just like, oh, that's so nice, it's so cute, like surprised. Like I love getting flowers, and I'm just like, oh, that's so nice for me. Pink peonies, my favorite. So I kind of just had that feeling, and I was just like, like that's just so nice. Fast forward a few hours later, I'm actually on the couch watching Half and Half on Netflix, season 4, episode 12, and one of the main characters, Dee Dee, actually opens the door, and it's her ex-husband, child, she wasn't married, ex-boyfriend, and he's carrying a box of pink peonies. And I'm like, not Dee Dee getting pink peonies, which is funny because I call myself Dee Dee sometimes too. But yeah, I'm like, not Dee Dee getting my pink peonies. So I thought that was just so funny that I actually text my friend Danielle. So I text her and I'm like laughing, and I'm like, yeah, Dee Dee, I was just imagining getting some pink peonies, and then I'm watching Half and Half and Dee Dee gets some from her ex. That was just so crazy. So we laugh and talk about it a little bit, and then we kind of just like dropped it, and we just, you know, talked about everything else. We just had our regular schmegular conversation. Girl, that conversation that I had was like 6-7 o'clock p.m. and at like 11 or 12 o'clock I get a text message from some random number that's like, your package has been delivered. And I'm like, I'm not even thinking that it's flowers for me. I'm thinking somebody done told somebody else something wrong. Bruh, god dang boiler, but I'm too deep in, so bear with me. I went upstairs to get the package and I see that it has my name on it or whatever, and I open it up, and y'all, I burst into tears so bad. Like, I burst into tears so bad. It actually came with this beautiful note from my friend. I don't know if you can see, and even this is just like super cute, and I know she's gonna be watching this because she supports everything that I do, which I'm so grateful for her and to have her as a friend. I always say she's like my twin. She's like the cooler version of me. But this particular arrangement of pink peonies, it's been a couple days, so they haven't like bloomed fully yet or whatever. Some of them are starting to bloom, but this particular arrangement of pink peonies is called the Daydream, which is exactly what I was doing. When I saw that, I almost like freaking exploded or imploded. It don't matter. The outside was about to be in and the inside was about to be out. Like, I was just like, what? The universe always slides a little inside joke in there whenever it does like a quick little manifestation for me. That always happens. It's always something that I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I posted this story in a group, and I feel like some people that were making comments was like, yeah, of course she was gonna get it because, like, you know, you said you wanted them. Girl, no, I was not expecting my friend to get that. We talk about stuff all the time. Like, we talk about stuff all the time. Like, she don't always buy me stuff. We talk about Rolexes, we talk about, you know, Benzes, you know, we talk about models and apartments, and we talk about a lot of stuff. We send pictures of things to each other all the time. I do that with all of my friends. Do I expect them to give me anything? Heck no. That would be nice. Hello, I'm always trying to receive a new gift, but that was not no kind of way that I was expecting to receive something like that, especially because in my visualization it was my boyfriend. I don't have no dang boyfriend right now. We're working on it, but but that was such like a surprising way, and it just meant a lot to me because, like, she didn't have to do that, and we had just had a conversation. When I really think about it, this is actually how I manifested a lot of other things that I didn't understand how, like, I didn't know how it was gonna happen. Some of them manifested in 24 hours, but a lot of them, it took some time. I realized that whole, oh, that would be so nice, wouldn't that be so nice? And even in the text message with my friend, she said that. She was like, oh, that would be so nice. And I'm like, yeah, it really would be nice. And I'm noticing that when I be like, oh, that would be so nice, or like when I'm just thinking about it and then I drop it and I go by my BI, things just be happening, things just be coming to you. So here's some tips that I have for you. Just based on how we are as humans, more likely than not, it's gonna be harder to follow these steps for certain manifestations than others. Like manifesting pink peonies for me, that was something that I was able to just sit and like daydream a little bit about and let go, because I didn't have any like, thank you. I didn't have any like, you know, underlying story or belief that I could never receive pink peonies. You know what I'm saying? So it would be a lot easier for me to be like, oh, that would be so nice. Butterflies in my stomach and my eyelashes like fluttering, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy. It's easier for you to do that with certain things that you don't really care about. Like, you know, people say manifesting a cup of coffee or manifesting a random compliment. Even for some people, manifesting a compliment might be harder to do than manifesting, you know, some flowers being received. Some people, it depends on the type of story that you have running in the background of your mind. But what I will say is try to get in the habit of doing this with a lot of things. Like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if I got this, or wouldn't it be nice if that happened? How good can this day get? That's something that I say all the time. I just keep saying that. How good can today get? Like, how good can today get? And that's when you kind of like leave it open for anything to wow you within 24 hours, because you're just kind of like just putting it out there. It's a possibility that this day can get really good. I wonder how. Show me. And things will start conspiring in your favor to show you, because you're always, always, always manifesting. But yeah, when it comes to certain things, you want to just like feel it. And this is something else that I actually had a conversation with one of my viewers on the last video. Shout out to you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're watching this one. But she was asking, like, do you have to believe that it'll happen? And I always say no. Like, a lot of times people would be like, oh, you have to believe it, you have to believe it. I didn't necessarily believe that I was going to get flowers, but I didn't necessarily disbelieve that I would get flowers. I was very neutral. I didn't really try to like force myself like, oh, believe it'll happen. Like, no, I just was in that moment of me receiving it. Like, I was just like, I literally was like this. Like, I keep doing this because that's exactly what I was literally like sitting right here. Like, oh my gosh, like, oh, that's so nice. I have my eyes closed and everything because I be visualizing. I can visualize with my eyes open, but I mean, it's easier for me to visualize my eyes closed. So I was really just like, oh, that's so nice. Because that's exactly what I did when I got it. After I stopped crying. I wasn't expecting to cry so much, but I was just like, wow, that's so nice. Even when I'm sitting here looking at it, because I have it on my desk. Even when I sit here and look at it, I'm like, wow, that's so nice. So that feeling was super genuine in that realization, because that's exactly what I did when it actually happened. So you don't have to necessarily believe that you'll get it or believe that you'll have it, because for the most part, trying to force yourself to believe that something is going to happen doesn't really work, and it kind of adds resistance. I definitely believe that it's possible for me to receive flowers at any given moment, because I've received flowers before and I don't place too much weight on receiving flowers. So I think just the belief that it's possible for it to happen, even if you believe in that mountains have to move in order for it to happen, if you can believe that in some kind of way that particular thing is possible, then you're good to go. And I kind of sort of feel like that's what the Bible's talking about when it's talking about faith of a mustard seed. But we're not gonna get into that because I'm not like too much into the Bible. Don't tell my daddy. But yeah, believing that it's possible, yes. Believing that it's going to happen, that it will most definitely certainly happen, no, I wouldn't say that. So definitely feel what you're going to feel what you assume you're going to feel when that thing happens. Just like feel it. Like I cannot stress this enough. I really was like, oh, that was so nice. It was such a nice moment sitting here just like, oh, that would be so nice. That's so nice. Like, I would say that's so nice, or that would be so nice, because, you know, you're going back and forth between being in that moment and being here thinking about being in that moment. So I mean, I'm not worried about doing that anymore, because I know that I actually successfully manifested it. So yes, feel that, believe that it's possible, and then go about your business. Go about your business. I'm going to start taking my own advice and going about my business, because a lot of things I think about all day, like me trying to manifest a new apartment, or my specific person, or just like having a certain amount of money, or like certain amount of social media followers or anything like that. Certain things like that that seem really important to me, or that can seem important to you in your life, regardless of what it is. I say learn how to feel it and then drop that shit. Like, drop it. Not because you have to, but I feel like there's so much more of a chance for you to start visualizing negatively when you think about it so much. Like, I feel like over time you squeeze it so hard. When you visualize or think about it, it turns into an obsession, and then obsession is not good. With like, there's no good thing with obsession, like unless you're talking about the fragrance my dad wears that it smells great, love it, shout out to Diddy for that. But when it comes to obsession, like, I don't think that's healthy. So to just kind of like sum it up, I say it's simple, but it might not always be easy depending on exactly what it is that you're trying to manifest. So feel it. If you ain't into Neville Goddard, start, you know, you don't have to necessarily read his books or anything like that, because I haven't, but I've been applying some of his principles about assumption. Feel that joint real. Like, what would you feel like, you know, it would feel when you have it? For me, feeling like I had flowers was just like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. Like, I just kept saying it over and over, like, that's so nice, wow, like, that's so nice. So that was real for me. That's something that I felt. Then I believed that it was possible that it would happen to me. Like, I didn't necessarily believe I was gonna get it the next day or at all, but I didn't disbelieve it. There was nothing in me that's saying, oh, that would never happen. Like, I don't think like that at all about like anything, because I believe everything is possible. I generally speaking have that underlying belief with everything. I might feel like, oh, this might take a little bit more effort than this, which is something else that I have to kind of like undo, but I know that anything is possible. Like, I've seen too much. I've consciously manifested too much for me to ever go back to believing that there is something that cannot happen. I believe that it's possible for me to be in space one day. I always wanted to see what the earth looked like on the other side. You never know, you know? But yeah, believe in the possibility of it. That's all you have to do. Believe that it's possible, that that shit can happen. And if you can, which I strongly suggest, drop that shit. Drop it and go about your business. Go about your business. And like, the more I think about it, the less I think about that's so funny. The more I think about it, the less I think about stuff, the quicker it happens and the smoother it happens, because I'm not thinking like, oh, maybe it'll happen this way, maybe it'll happen that way. Like, no. So this was something that reinforced my faith once again in conscious manifesting, and I hope that this story reinforces yours, even if, you know, things don't plan out the exact way. Because I definitely wasn't expecting my friends to send me no flowers. Like, I received it. I love these flowers and they're gonna look so beautiful when they bloom, but in my visualization I saw it coming from my famous boyfriend, you know. I mean, eventually, maybe one day, but for right now, I'm grateful for this manifestation that came to fruition so quickly. Drop it, girl. Just drop it. And shout out to my friend Danielle, that actually is the reason that this video is up. So if you have any questions or anything, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. That's so nice. Yeah.